I guess it would help if I unmute myself to say yes. I like this light. I shall be dark and mysterious. Is my hair adequately blue? Yes, it is. All right. Are you putting Percy in the papoose? She's papoosing the kitten. We're missing Becky still. Where? There it is.
He keeps wanting to attack the mouse on the computer screen.
Uh-oh.
So I have to contain.
You want some catnip? That should fix it.
There's some on my desk right there.
I was kidding.
Also, I got my new headphones in, so I hope my audio does not cut out again.
And I hope that you can't hear me on her microphone.
Oh, sounds good.
You do sound really good, Chris. I mean, Pandora.
Thanks.
Look, Pandora's had kittens.
I still kind of want to get one of those front wear baby carriers for Percy.
Is it me? Shall we shame him? We all do. I mean, and after the Jeff Goldblum session.
I've seen more of Nick.
I was looking forward to spending a minute going, shame, shame, shame. But, you know.
Let's test my dice. All right, and if I control click, yes. Yes, okay. So control click is rolling at a disadvantage and alt click is rolling at advantage.
That is correct.
Alt for advantage, A for advantage. I remember. We're still in town, right?
Yes, we are.
Yeah.
Okay, good, because I don't think I've picked up my rapier.
Yeah, we're at the docks, and you were supposed to be picking that up, like, right before we left.
Yeah.
We're at the Restful Pillow Inn.
God, I love your notes.
They come in handy.
Was that on the background noise?
Not it.
Sound fine to me now.
All I hear is the music. But you know what? Let's play that music through the headphones. There we go. It's like a medieval rave.
Yeah. Okay, so where we last left off, y'all had talked to some of the friends of yours in the town of Trotzenwald, and basically got a way to get around the way Wuon gates and head up to through the Ash Keeper Peaks. We were told that you would be able to do this via an ancient, not ancient, by escorting a group of monks and pilgrims to a facility up in the mountains near the Verst Glade. Now, you were told the Verst Glade is an old location. Many don't go there because of old ancient rumors and stories of very various. A mad wizard at one time supposedly had a complex up in that area of some sort. But you were told you could get to the monastery, and then you can head further south, and then kind of follow some trails through the First Glade to get past the gates, and then head back into either Nakadranas through the Orthroska jungle, or you could possibly try to rough it through the mountains, which could be very hard to get to the Kryn dynasty and across the Guillaume Basin.
Okay. Well, before we head out, I do want to collect that rapier.
Yeah, give me 1 second.
Mm-hmm.
Very important.
Muy importante. I like your shirt, Kate.
Alright. So I gotta open Acrobat Reader. It's always a hog on resource, so it takes a few seconds. So
It goes with my pants.
that's wise, yeah. Come on. I hate Acrobat Reader. It is so bloated. There it goes.
I can
Alright.
relate.
That-
For I, too, am as bloated as Acrobat Reader.
That could be.
Because of the chicken.
Yeah, it was because of the chicken.
It's so good.
Who started making D&D night Popeye's night.
All right.
I have tried to convince my girlfriend to bring home Sonic corn dogs tonight because they're 50 cents.
Sonic corn dog, 50 cents. That's heavy from that stuff. It's not good for my heart. I'm at that age now. You got to keep that in mind. Right. So, what do
Tell
y'all
me
wish to
about
do
it.
at this point?
Are we all geared up? Everybody?
We're in the Tbilixi's room looking at his documents.
Well, yes, I can see we're in his room looking at his documents.
So, okay. I was trying to be a reminder. Thank you kindly.
I know, I'm just giving you a hard time.
Yes, y'all were in the inn, taking a look at the various notes.
Oh, that's right. We were hiding out here because Nick said that they would be less likely to look for us here when the cat dude came back.
Tabaxi.
Thank you, Tabaxi.
Yeah.
So we're gonna just continue hiding out here. I've used the bathroom, so I'm good.
Well, we should be leaving here shortly.
How much time is left on our hide all spell?
Huh. So,
Yeah, where were we at on that?
you you had cast it that morning, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
I forgot. I lost track of time. Unfortunately, sorry. It's probably around.
Oh, we went through 2 bathroom breaks. So
We went through like all of that yesterday and then overnight, and we cast it again this morning, right?
Yeah.
right.
Yeah.
And then there was 2 bathroom breaks today. And so we probably have
No, that was yesterday, wasn't it? Are we really counting time in bathroom breaks? Because I'm no good
apparently
at that.
so.
Oh yeah, I
bye, oh
remember
bye.
I went to the bathroom and I noticed something about the third door, but then you went to the bathroom and got attacked.
I gave him what for, though. Let me tell you, he will think twice about attacking the goblin.
So I think it's just after lunchtime.
That's about what I figure. Is it's about lunchtime ish.
Yeah, usually the cat's belly starts kind of growling around lunchtime. What do y'all wish to
Shortly
do at this
after.
point? 'Cause yeah,
I
yesterday
wish to turn my dog into
you went
beef
to
jerky.
yesterday you went to the manor and had dinner there. And then
Oh, and they brought us food, remember?
That was on the first day.
Sorry, pardon me for coughing so much.
So here's what I suggest. We keep up with the hide 'em all spell here in this room until it's time for us to go and collect my rapier and meet with the party that's heading out of town.
Yes, that sounds excellent.
You use all of the toilet paper and not replace it?
Who's the guilty one?
So you think about what, 3 o'clock, 3 p.m.?
Yeah, I think that sounds good. What do you guys think?
Okay. So yeah, it's about
Tell Macy we said hi.
It's about 3 in the afternoon. The day's marching on. The temperatures are getting a little cooler. So you desire to make your way through town to get your rapier, right?
Mm-hmm. With my cloak up, I'll be all cowled and hidden. Oh, here we go.
Are we all going out?
Well, I figured we'd just stop by on the way out of town.
You look very shifty.
You can't see me.
Where did Blix go? Excuse me, child. Did you see where a little goblin went?
That way.
Kids.
Nick, it's me. It's Blix. I'm in disguise.
Very good disguise.
I'll be right back, guys. I've got dogs that's making way too much noise for some reason.
I cannot relate.
Yeah, I know. I'll be right back.
There, I'm hiding.
You all
too.
hidden, Blix?
Okay, so do you guys want me to go alone to pick up my rapier and then meet you later, or do we want to stay together as a group?
Really up to you how safe you feel going on your own. You went to drop it off on your own. Just remember that.
I did, and I'm kind of concerned that that's how the tabaxi trailed us back to the inn.
Maybe.
Because I did see him when I was heading back, and I thought I lost him. I thought I had dodged him. But he ended up there anyway. And, we had the spell going, so...
Yeah, but you weren't
What?
protected by the spell at that point.
Oh, that's right. They could have tracked me magically.
Yeah, I'm more concerned that the fact that we've evaded their scrying and detection has probably intensified their efforts to find us.
I'm very shifty. I'm very stealthy.
I understand.
And I could probably sneak through if you were to enchant something for me to carry that would protect me from scrying, and then you guys all carry something that will protect the group from scrying.
Well, we
and
still
I
have
could-
the keys, so
Well, we can't take the hotel room keys with us.
that's true. That's true.
Oh, you should enchant the tiny bell.
What bell?
Looks
The
just
bell
like
that you
banging
tried
on the bell
to-
the other day.
Yeah.
Yeah, here, take my bell. You can enchant the bell.
Okay, I was thinking I could enchant your cloak or whatever, but that works too.
A bell is like something we could easily pass off between people, though, if somebody else needed to carry it.
That's true.
Exactly.
And then you'll want to also enchant something that you guys are carrying, and you all have to stay within 10 feet of each other.
What
Yep.
if we also use pass without a trace so they can't see you on the way to pick up your rapier?
I mean, I can set it. Yeah.
Is that something that
It's actually from visible view where the object, the bell will keep us from being scried for.
Right.
well, not scrying, but like physical viewing? But what I'm wondering is, hang on, let me refresh my memory about what I know.
Pass without a trace means that the whole entire party just kind of disappears. We basically pull the magician where you saw Elliot gets out of line. We're basically doing what Alice is doing.
Yeah, I don't know what that is, but what I'm wanting to know though is with that spell, that's not like this other hide 'em all, which I'm sorry, I cannot remember the name of it. Raphael, I apologize. I'm not trying to be disrespectful,
Oh,
but
I thought it was hide 'em all.
the hide 'em from Scryam is something you can cast on an object that'll protect anything within 10 feet. Is pass without a trace something that's only in your area?
It's my party that's within 30 feet of me.
Okay, so when you're talking about casting pass without a trace, you're talking about on you guys, not on me going to get the rapier.
I was thinking on, like, it would be on ZD, but ZD go with you to get the rapier so that you are also hidden while we stay back at the inn, and then y'all come back to us and we all leave as a big group.
Oh, I like that idea. I like that. Are you in for it, ZD?
Yeah.
All right, let's go collect.
I'm staying put.
My
Okay,
battery's
so
dying.
what are you going to go collect now? Your rapier?
Yes, my rapier.
Okay.
I have an enchanted bell that will protect us from scrying, and
How long does that last?
8 hours.
8 hours. Okay.
And ZD's got a spell that will protect us from
1 hour.
for 1 hour from like less magical means of observation.
Yeah, it's basically nobody can see us at all. So scrying keeps from them looking for us magically, and then pass without a trace means we pretty much are invisible to everybody. You can step out of my view to go get the rapier and then step back in. It's kind of like that. You just have to be within 30 feet of me.
Yeah.
All right. So you're going to go to Brexton Supplies and get your rapier?
Yes, I am. I'm very excited about it.
So you're upstairs right now deciding how you're, my chair is squeaking quite a bit. What is your approach to leaving the building? How do you want to go about this?
Well, when we came in, did I notice any kind of side doors or back doors, or is there just one entrance to the building?
Well, yeah, no. That wasn't something you asked about originally.
No, it wasn't.
So
But I'm casting my mind back
you are.
and reviewing whatever I might have seen in my peripheral vision.
Let's just make a survival check. Or you can use your intellectual power and try to remember.
No, I'm gonna go with survival on this one.
Okay. You know, you don't remember. You remember seeing the main bar when you entered, and there were some pantry or some back doors to exit out of the main room area, but you never went back there. You know, the stairs led up. Presumably, you think there might be something, but you're not sure. You could investigate if you like.
Well, let me ask this. The rooms that we were originally in had no windows, but now we're across the hall, are we not? Are there windows from this room?
So you're in like room 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. You're in room 8. Yes, there is a window in this room. Yes, indeed. It drops out behind the building, in the alleyway, and you do see, well, what do you do?
Well, ZD, I've got some rope. How do you feel about going for a climb?
Sure. Let's go for it.
And y'all, you want to pull the rope up after we're out, and we can just... how will we signal you when we're ready to come back in?
Ring the bell.
Oh my god, that's so brilliant.
Okay. So you open
Let's
up the
do the
window, and
Mhm.
the weather has turned cold, even colder. A frosty, wet air blows into the room, sucking all the warmth out as y'all are lowering the rope down. Along the edge of the building, ice has formed from this moisture in the air. You begin kind of making your way down. Can I get both of you to go ahead and give me a athletics check to get down the building?
Oh
Make
yeah.
sure you stay close together.
1
So,
second.
in the chat, type who's all going and who's all staying. So, in room and outside. Type that out. I'd appreciate it. So, I have a athletics check from Blix, and you can make
It's
these
blind.
and you
Is
can
it
make
blind
these,
or
you can make these
private?
athletic checks public. You don't have to hide them.
Oh, good.
Yeah,
Thank
that's
you. I suppose we would know pretty automatically if we were
Yes, you
falling through
would.
the air. Yeah.
ZD
don't
does
know how
great.
I am.
Show off.
ZD does great. Yeah.
Hey, I do horrible at athletics. I'm a -1. So that's not bad.
So ZD and Blix are outside.
Yeah, Yeah, that last message wasn't from me, and the message above that wasn't for me. Someone's on my account.
That was me, I think.
Yeah, it's showing up as me.
Oh, you know what? I accidentally have, I could even send you a picture of it. I have your token clicked on the map.
That's
I
And
do
weird.
too.
so I bet that was me. So
Yeah, I need to adjust
hang on.
permissions. You have too many permissions if you can talk as another person.
Okay, hang on. I just want to see
Suddenly,
if this happens.
ZD, your a voice is being projected through you from Blix, and you're talking like, wait, that wasn't me. Why did I talk?
I said it to you.
So
Yeah, I was the same person typing both of those test messages. So I'm
Yep.
back to me now.
Okay, great.
even though the side of the building's iced up, the rope is dry, and you're able to make your way down. It's a little slippery here and there, and then occasionally your feet slip out from under you. But you do finally land in the alleyway. And the ground here, up close to the buildings, it's very icy, but towards the center of the alleyway, there's like a trough where refuse and other stuff is flowing out behind this building. You see,
Just like home.
like old medieval cities. And then you see trash piled up out the back of the building, a door leading in, and you can see steam kind of coming around the edges of the door because, as you know, they're not airtight. And in this alleyway, you don't really see any folks. It's winter. It's already starting to get dark at 3-ish, you know. And what do y'all wish to do?
I wish to proceed to Breckton Supplies. I'm going to keep an eye out to see if I can see anyone watching the inn or on the lookout for us.
All right, Blix, can you give me a roll? You can keep it hidden to me if you don't mind.
Mhm.
And we want to do a stealth check for Blix.
We're under pass without a trace, so what does that mean?
She gets, I think,
As long as we're quiet.
She gets a
Yeah,
plus,
as long as we're quiet, we should be fine.
she should get a +10, I believe. If you drop your spell description in the chat, you can see right there. It'll tell you.
Yeah, it is a +10.
Okay, go for it.
I didn't add that into my roll though.
I got it.
Okay.
And you're keeping an eye out as you're going along, you said?
Yeah, I really would like to know if I can see anybody that looks like they're maybe searching for us.
Give me an insight check, please. And again, hidden. And ZD, are you doing anything?
I'm pretty much trying to keep us focused going forward because she is pretty much squirrel.
Okay. So you begin making your way down the alleyway and towards the main streets. Are you going to try to stay in the alleyways, or are you going to go onto the main streets?
No, we're staying to the alleyways.
All right. So you begin
And
making
we're
your
being
way.
as quiet as possible.
You begin making your way towards your destination. Back up in the room. What do y'all do?
I pulled up the rope that they climbed down, and I'm keeping it warm and dry inside my fur.
Okay.
We have all the paperwork and everything from the other room, right?
Yes,
Yep.
you do.
Should.
Definitely want to be looking through that, just seeing like what's all in it.
Yeah, I would be trying to figure out, if there's anything valuable in that information too.
I am grateful for my ring of warmth.
Wow. Pandora, you have an amazing passive perception. You're pulling the rope up, you close the window, and you're about to pull away from the window. And at the last second, you catch some movement in the alleyway, darting past the window in the direction your friends just departed. You didn't make out a shape or anything, but you just saw movement. And by the time you looked to see what it was gone.
Shit.
Hexa,
Mm-hmm.
this doesn't really matter for right now, but later on, if we're using the map, I need you to know that we have no Pandora and 2 Blixes. We have Blix here and Blix here,
I see.
and no Pandy.
There's a Blix here. There is a
And, Pandy
Pandora.
was underneath me. Sorry.
There's too many of you. There we go.
There's never too many of me.
Wow.
You can never have enough Blix.
That's questionable. Okay, so anyway. So yeah, you saw some movement in the alleyway, but when you look back, it's gone. So you're not sure if it was just maybe a trick of the light or something, but you did see something out there, but who knows?
My kitty senses are tingling.
Meow. Your hair stands up on your neck. Tail kind of flishes back and forth.
You're Peter
I feel like
Tingle.
we should go follow them.
Think you saw something?
Yes. It looked like a
Sorry,
shadow
the thing you
chasing
saw.
them.
What'd
What
you
was
say?
that?
Could you describe the thing you saw?
It was just a shadow. But it went after Blix and ZD.
Shadows can definitely be dangerous. The room key that we have, the non-scrying room key that we have, will it travel with us? Like we could go down and it'll keep scrying from going on?
Yeah. So long as we, stay within the 10-foot bubble of the key, we're protected against scrying wherever we go with the key.
I think we should follow.
Okay. So what do y'all do? How do you get down safely, or do you go out the main room? What do y'all do?
Hold hands with the key and all our stuff and go downstairs.
You can walk downstairs. Okay, so you walk downstairs into the main room as you all kind of make your way down. And there's folks here. It's getting about 3:15, 3:20. People are meandering around about doing their stuff. Some are eating already. Others are, there's the locals who, the barflies, if you will, who are here. But mostly the staff is cleaning up, straightening up, and is busy getting ready for the evening dinner crowd and guests who may be coming down. As you come down, the owner kind of waves towards y'all and continues about their business.
I politely nod and keep going.
Same.
Out the front door.
One second. Okay, so you you open the door, and it's not like I said earlier. There's a cold air kind of wafts in quickly as the heat from the hearth here is roaring up over in one corner, and that creates like this air kind of movement in the place and begins sucking the cold air into the room. And you hear several people shout out, "Close that door!" Quickly scamper outside and shut the door behind you. The people are all about moving around town, making their way, finishing up their business, but a lot of them are like they're done for the day, and they get the cowls over, covered up. You see frost on some beards or on the nose, and they're quickly making short little steps because the ground's tricky. You don't see any major carts or horses moving around about. A couple here and there, rickshaws being pulled by people with supplies on the back of them, moving about. A few rickshaws have like casks from the vineyards here, the brewery families, if you will, but nothing major. So you're standing out front, and right and left, which way do you wish to go? To the
think we should
right
head
would be the way your
to the,
friends went.
Armory.
All right. You depart from the restful pillow and begin making your way towards the Breckton supplies, and time begins to pass as you're making your way through the town. Back to the other group. You're the what?
Sorry.
Go ahead, Nick.
We should be making better time using the main streets than the alleyways, right?
Yes. So, Blix and ZD, you're cutting through the alleyways, making your way closer and closer to your destination. Every once in a while, you look back. There doesn't seem to be any issues as you're making your way in the back ways. It takes longer though as you're doing this, and sometimes you have to climb over a few closed off alleyways, get over a building, things of that sort, and that takes time. So just for the general inconvenience of these type of things, I need y'all to go ahead and make athletics checks. 2 of them.
2.
And remember, yeah, it's good. So Blix, you begin climbing up one of the walls and fall backwards onto ZD, halting your. Ralph, you're not with them. You don't need to make athletics checks.
Yeah, I don't know.
Sorry about that, ZD.
It's just Blix and ZD making their way. So, unfortunately, Blix, you fall onto ZD. And y'all both go tumbling down back into the alleyway. Your clothing gets...
Do you think they hurt us?
Well, that's not the main problem. Your clothing gets wet and soaked from the refuse in the alleys as it's flowing into the main sewer system of the city. And it sinks into your clothes and it makes your back just soaking wet.
Hold it. I'm wearing my cloak, which is waterproof. I just bought it.
I know. Unfortunately, it splashed up between your legs and got all up between your legs and thighs. It's not very comfortable.
Hey, ZD, I don't suppose you'd prepared prestidigitation, have you?
I did. Let's dry ourselves off.
Mm-hmm.
Quietly. Let me see if it pulled. No, it didn't. I'll have to do it next time. We're going to have to do it wet. Sorry.
Okay, that's fine.
All right. You begin making your way further through. 35 minutes, 40 minutes later, you arrive out of the alley to be in front of the Breckton supplies, and you see your friends standing out front looking around. Pandora, Nick, and Ralph all standing out there kind of looking around.
I'm wet.
You'll see Blix and ZD come walking up, and they don't look too happy. They're kind of soaked from the legs up from the alleyway refuse, and they actually don't smell too good either.
Love you, but please stay over there.
Yeah, I understand that. That's understandable.
So Pandora, I presume you're kind of staying aware. If you can get me a perception check, make it hidden, please.
Mm-hmm.
So I see y'all have disguised yourselves as hobos.
Garbage. As what?
Yeah, you don't see any movement or anything following them, Pandora. You're not sure what it was you saw.
Hey y'all, I'm about to go in here. How bad do I smell?
Pretty rank.
It is what it is. I'm gonna go in.
I mean, you smell like a goblin, so.
She likes to
Still-
smell.
I still love you, Pandy.
Pet goblins are hard to keep clean. They really are.
And unfortunately, that made me kind of laugh at her, and I'm like, I'm so sorry, I smell too. And we have one.
All right, so you slide open the barn doors into the general supplies, and you walk in, and you can feel the heat in here just kind of washes over you, Blix, and you kind of walk to the back, and you see your friend there working away at different stuff. It seems like he's working on leather right now and punching rivets into it. kind of looks up. He kind of looks up, sees you coming in with one eye open, stands up, puts the tools to the side. He was working right next to the hearth, and kind of walks over to you, and then he kind of stops short and goes, "Fell down, did you?"
Yeah, fell down.
Happens a lot this time of the year when the roads get kind of icy.
Yeah. And, I'm kind of down there close to the muck as it is, so.
I'm sorry, I can't help you with that.
I came to see if the rapier's ready.
It is. He turns around.
Awesome.
And he comes back with a roll of like leather, as long as your rapier, and he sets it down on the table in front of him. This old wooden table with dents and carvings in it. It's just aged kind of table. It's just been around. It's got a lot of character about it. But anyway, he puts the bundle on there and he unrolls it, and inside of that is your rapier. And he goes, I came across a little extra, silver. So I actually silvered your weapon for you.
Thank you.
It's not often that I get to meet such interesting people.
Well, I'm sure that's going to come in very handy, and I appreciate it. What's the balance on my account? How much do I owe you?
Don't worry about it. 1 second. Christina came by and said her father was covering the expenses.
Well, that's very kind, and I'd like to give you a couple of silver pieces just as a
It's not
thank you.
needed, he says.
Okay, then I'll keep my money.
Well,
But
you're working for us, and that's payment enough.
Well, that's a deal then, and I thank you for your time and your expertise and your craftsmanship. This looks really beautiful, I assume.
It does, actually. It really does. He's taken the time to do along the rapier edge.
I step into the doorway and whisper, "Can you find out what we can get kind of cleaned up and get rid of the smell?" And then step back out as I whisper to Lexi.
The blade itself he put it like etching all along the edge of the blade, and that's where the silver has been inlaid into the blade itself. And it's been well protected and polished. You've got your designs etched into it, and he's done some repairs to it because you've had it for a while. It's practically brand new in your eyes.
I do love a good rapier. All right, so I'm gonna sheath my weapon and
be safe on your travels. The mountains are treacherous, he tells you.
Will do. We will be well prepared. I head back out to the... Oh, sorry, go ahead.
No, I was just going to say I have a lot of back orders. I need to get back to work.
Yeah. I won't keep you any longer. So I'm going to head out to the party.
Right.
And the first thing I'll do is say, Ziti, what? I didn't hear a word of that. What were you saying?
I was asking you if you can ask him where we could get quickly cleaned up. Or did we want to head back to the hotel?
No, we're fine. We're going to be on the road stinky and smelly in half a day anyway. Live like a goblin, Ziti.
I'm just afraid something might try to follow us the way we smell.
If
Everything
only
smells.
press to digitate.
I know, it's not loaded up for some reason. I'll have to go back and look. It has to be set as a cantrip for me. It sucks.
Yeah. So it'll be good. We'll be fine. We're going to be out of town in no time. And then once we're out of town, mostly people would be trying to follow via magical means, which stop them from scrying will do. Handle that. What is it called again? Raphael.
I'm sorry.
What is the proper name for stop them from scrying?
Stop them from scrying. That's what it's called.
Non-detection.
Non-detection. Thank you. I like my name better.
Me too.
Yeah, your name is better.
Scries no more.
Let's just go with the cheese sticks.
All right. So you begin making your way back to the restful pillow.
I guess so. If it's not time for us to meet up with the monks, right?
Right.
Or whoever we're escorting.
I believe we're
Yeah,
leaving
if-
in the morning.
Okay, well then let's go back to hiding.
All right. Let's make your way back to the inn. Do you go in the front way or the back way?
Well, hey, you guys, when we climbed down the rope, I saw there was a back door. We should maybe go in the back way and catch less attention.
Okay. I will say that I think we need to all stay in one room though, because I saw a shadow follow you guys as soon as you hit the ground, which is
Wait.
why we,
What? Wait. What?
What?
after you guys left the inn earlier, out of the corner of my eye, I saw a shadow following you guys.
Is it
Which is-
still?
I haven't seen it,
No, you haven't.
but that's why we came after you guys, was to make sure that y'all were okay. So if we go back to the inn, I think we should all stay in one room and definitely keep very wary watches.
That's fine.
Good heads up. Good note.
And then we can wait until Bombot calls for us.
That's fine.
So you make your way back to the inn. You go to the back door. Who opens the door?
I'm going to listen at the door.
You hear some voices and some movement, plates and dishes being moved around.
I'm going to try to quietly crack the door open and peek inside.
You go to open the door and it is locked.
I attempt to pick the lock.
All right. Give me a sleight of hand, please. All right. It's not too difficult. You're able to get the lock after a short order. You have to break some ice away, but and it opens up. Door cracks open, almost pops outward almost immediately. As soon as you get the lock triggered, it goes. Almost some old doors will pop outward towards you, and you find you have to put your hand on it so it doesn't swing all the way open. Ice cracks all along the rims and stuff. It falls down onto you. Blix getting down to the neck of your clothing and going down and where your skin is. And you're like, but you keep your composure. And what do? The door is open, but you've held it kind of still shut.
I peek in.
All right. And what are you looking for when you peek in?
I'm looking for any signs of danger.
All right. You open the door up, and it literally opens up into to a larger chamber behind the bar and stuff. In the common room, it's not as long as the common room, but not as deep. And you see a few individuals moving around about. You do see off to the right-hand side a pantry and other shelves, and off to the other side you see what appears to be the servants' stairs leading off into other layers of the level of the complex, going up and down. And you see the door leading up into the main common room, and people moving around about. There's a half orc back here busily working. It's got a towel wrapped around its head and keeping a bandana. I'm sorry, and keeping its forehead kind of dry. Even though it's winter, this room, because of the fire and stuff and the work he's doing, is still quite hot in here. What do you wish to do?
I turn back to the group and I whisper to all of them everything I've seen, and I ask what they want to do.
And then you hear, so we've got some more mutton. We need some more mutton, and 4 plates mutton, and they're quite hungry, so they're paying a little extra for a few extra kind of conversations of the young lady putting in the orders, and he's like, oh, okay, I've got it.
I think we should sneak up the back stairs.
All right. I'm going to try to slip in, and I guess we'll do this one at a time. What do you guys think? This will be fun. I'm going to try to slip in and sneak up the servant's staircase.
Okay, so if you can give me a doesn't seem to want to.
How long have we been out of the window at this point?
An hour and 15 minutes, according to the Foundry clock.
Okay, damn it. Okay.
All right. So who's first? Blix, is that right?
That is correct.
All right. So Blix, give me your stealth check to sneak past the chef and into up the stairs. All right.
I'm gonna go right after Blix because two smelly people is better than having him split up, just in case.
All right. So yeah, Blix, you begin making your way up. Shortly after you, Kazidi follows. Kazidi, give me a check, please. Stealth. You'd make that private.
Oh,
Roll again. There we go.
God damn.
All right, so let's see what here. We got 13, we got 14, we got 12. All right, and go here. All right, so Kazee, you make your way up and through the chamber. It doesn't seem to spot you.
Yeah, we smell horrible too. Okay, you guys are on your own. We got the smelly people past.
So who's next?
I think Nick should be next.
Blind, please. Nick, give me a blind stealth check.
Sorry, I couldn't find stealth.
So on
It
your
starts with S.
if you
Yeah.
mouse,
It's all the way at the bottom.
if you click on your token, you'll see skills on the HUD, and then you'll see stealth there. Or you can double click your token and pull the character sheet up. All right. Yeah. So Nick, he actually begins to pick up a huge pot and putting it on the on top of the brazier and the fire, and begins like this piece throwing bone and other things. He's obviously making some kind of stock, and it's a really noisy process, and he's really focused on it. And you quickly make your way up the stairs. No idea you're there. And this is still going on. Who's next? I'll give you advantage. Whoever's next.
I'll go.
Okay. Pandora, in your armor, begin making your way. Yeah, you kind of pull your cloak around that you have on, and hoping it muffles your armor. And about this time, you know, he's putting the lid on top of the pot. It's like, and you quickly make your way up the stairs. He doesn't even notice you. Ralph, I think you're last, right?
Yep.
What do you do? He's now moved back over to the chopping table. He's actually facing your direction, and he's chopping on a leg of mutton, cutting it up into sections to put on a brazier and begin cooking that. What do you want to do?
Wait 30 seconds.
All right. Yeah, you know, you wait about 30 seconds. He stops, turns around, and he takes a portion of the leg and he puts it into a skillet that's on, you know, the stove top, if you will, and begins browning it on one side, add some color to it, and caramelizing it. It's like as he does that. What do you wish to do?
Now you go.
All right. Anything you're doing to try to keep the noise level down?
Yeah, just move very carefully. Or
All right. Give me a blind stealth check, please. Oh, wow. All right, Ralph, I'll reveal this to you because it's, you know, really impressive. You got a critical success.
nice.
Yeah. So what's this look like, your critical success of stealth?
Dun 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 dun.
Okay. You make your way past the to the chef. He begins to turn around, and in the last second, you know, he's about to look in your direction, and you're able to hit a pot with your fingers, you know, with your hands, and it falls off the table and lands by his feet. And he's like, oh, and he bends down and picking the pot up, and you're able to cover that last bit of distance to get out of the way before he looks back in your direction. You've all made your way up the stairs, back to the servants' access to the second floor, and you come out a short distance, not too far from the main entrance. You didn't realize there was actually a second way up here. A panel kind of opens up, and you step into the hallway. make your way to your rooms or the Sabaxian's old room.
I'm going back to the girls' room.
I couldn't hear you.
Yeah, our
Do
room.
we have everything out of the Tabaxi's room to make it into our own room?
Yes.
Okay, then we should just go to our own room.
So do you want the room on the right or on the left of the stairs? Remember, you're on opposite sides.
The one without the window.
You're talking over each other. One person, pick. Who is it?
The one with the 3 beds.
I was gonna say the one without the window.
Both
Yes.
y'all's rooms have no windows.
Okay, the one with no windows and 3 beds.
Okay, the one to the right. All right, y'all go to the right, open the door, and you go inside. The beds have been remade and you know, straightened up and everything. The room's been cleaned up, fresh linen and things of that sort. You shut the door behind you. The room is cold because you haven't been here to tend to the small furnace to keep it warm. And we're going to take a 5-minute break so you can refill your drinks, get a cigarette, get a bit of snack to eat, and we'll be right back, okay?
Okay.
Thank you.
All right.
Thank you.
Uh-huh.
Oh.
knocked my chair over by accident. That was fun. Okay, so do y'all wish to change your spell allotments or your loadouts? You know, if you're playing a modern game, what do y'all wish to do this time?
I think that's a good idea.
I didn't hear the question, but Raphael says it's a good idea, so I'm going to nod.
So, you can go ahead and take a long rest unless you have some plans to do. If you want to change your spell loadout, this is the time to do it. Basically, change up your spells, like prestidigitation.
Yeah, while we're taking a long rest, I'm going to go ahead and try to clean myself up as best I can.
All right.
Oh, nice. I did not realize that.
All right, ZD, I told it to re-import your stuff, and let's see here. Your memorized spells. You currently have Pass Without a Trace, Firebolt, Green Flame Blade, Ray of Frost, and Poison Spray. Is that what you want?
Nope, I'm switching out poison spray for prestidigitation. I don't think I said it right the last time I tried to do it. Because I have the poison blade, I don't need the poison spray. So now I just gotta go in and fix that. But it's kind of weird when you do it, because you gotta go back and do it on the builder.
All right, so be sure to give yourselves 250 experience points each for the past few things
Thank
you've
you.
done. So otherwise, you want to go ahead and then roll the clock, or have you gotten all your stuff done before I roll?
Hold, please.
Hold on.
Okay.
Hold on, I'm not there yet.
I'm just adding my XP. I'm good.
I
All
just
right.
gotta say
My
please.
changes. Okay, back to manage spells.
So we're at, you said 250 experience?
Mm-hmm.
So we're 9150, is that right?
I just closed it.
I tried the other way.
Mine's at 9,150.
Yep, good, okay. Thank you for the confirmation.
You're welcome.
I have a cat, but mine's not as snuggly as Percival, and he tries to bite me when I use my mouse or type on the keyboard.
So what do y'all wish to do now?
We've had our rest, right? Basically, I just want to admire my rapier here until it's time for us to go.
Okay.
Okay, here we go.
Pandora, look. Have you seen my rapier?
It's so shiny.
And it has silver along the blade.
All right. It's about 7 in the morning the next day. You hear a small rapping on both your doors, one on the other door, and then on your door.
It's a raven.
It was funny.
You all begin to wake up, and you hear a bit of thunder outside and rain. Frozen, sleety rain is falling outside.
Pandy,
Aw, heck.
Pandy, it's raining.
Oh, heck.
I don't think I have atmospheric rain. Let me see. I'm curious.
You can use my cloak.
Okay, it should be able to be pulled now.
No, you need your cloak. I have mine.
Oh, yeah, that's right. I need to put on my cloak. Nimrod, will you stop? Let go. There you go.
Nope. How do I pull it again?
So you hear hello? I'm here to bring you to the for the escort. You hear a kind of a meek voice outside.
I open the door.
Yeah, and you see a very short uh, female with a simple kind of like cloak that's been waxed to help keep the rain off of it. Standing before you. Oh, hi. Uh, kind of taken aback by looking at you. Like, yeah, because you still have green kind of skin going on there, and it looks at you, then looks past you. The other group eyes get kind of wide a little bit. Uh, and she doesn't quite know what to say. She's kind of like, are you here? Are you the individual? Oh, and just kind of stops talking.
Yes, you're in the right place. We're ready to go.
Oh, okay. And
I take her hand like I'm a kid, and she's gonna hold my hand as we go.
So your clawed fingers kind of grab her hand, and it's quite of a contrast. She's very, very pale, white, and you see a glint of a little bit of a pointed ear underneath her cowl, a little bit. So, but she has a lot of human in her, you think, and she might be a half elf, you think.
You're pretty.
Oh, you too.
Have you met my cat? Pandora, come meet my new friend. What's your name?
Oh, I'm Moonka Lote. Moose, Mooka. I used a random name generator for this.
I might need you to spell that for me.
Is the laugh included in the name, or is that extra?
There you go. You have it in chat now.
Thank you. Oh. I'm gonna call you Mock.
Yeah.
All right. So she escorts you all downstairs, still quite a little bit taken back, and all of you are quite a spectacle to behold, really. You kind of stand out just a tad bit. Make your way down the stairs. You hand the keys over to the innkeeper. He thanks you and says, don't worry about paying. It's been taken care of. For the extra nights. And you're escorted through town. The rain, if you don't have rain gear, is it gets down into your cloaks and around your neck, and it kind of drips down underneath your greaves and your armor, and it just is not good experience. You find yourselves gathered up with the various pilgrims. They're all simply dressed as them, and then you see a lot of you see several individuals who have large backpacks on their back that are filled with supplies. You suspect these
Shiny supplies?
Huh?
Shiny supplies?
Well, they're sealed up inside the packs.
I'll bet they're shiny. Pandora, they have packs.
We're not supposed to steal from them. We're supposed to escort them. And if something happens to fall off the wagon, it's not my fault.
Fell off the back of a wagon.
Yeah, hang on one second. I gotta go here and.
Hey, Raph, do you have like an invisible umbrella spell or something? Because this wetness sucks. It's not my favorite kind of wetness.
Yeah, you see about a 7 foot tall half orc walking towards you. He's got winter gear and boots have lamb wool around his feet, his ankles, back his calves actually. He's thoroughly wrapped up in warm clothing, but he has, his chest is a bit exposed. He's got war paints across his cheeks. And he's got an old skull of some type made as a shoulder piece of his armor. He comes walking up. He's got a huge great axe off to his side. He's walking up to you.
How tall is he?
About 7 some odd feet.
Someone taller.
I admire his knees.
Right? He comes walking up and he kind of looks over all of you, and his eyes land on Nick. And he raises an eyebrow. So he kind of does that, looks up and down, kind of scanning somebody, and then goes, The Lord says to say hello to all of you. I am Garshar Hizeth. I'm leading the pilgrims up through the pass and other interests. There's been some really reports of foul weather up in the mountains, unusual, unseasonal weather. Are you prepared for, let's just say, very cold temperatures up in the mountains?
I would benefit from some slightly warmer boots and cloak.
Likewise.
You've had plenty of time to shop, he says to all of you.
Oops.
So you're going to quickly try to gather up some supplies? He goes, we're going to depart and begin our way towards the east of here. Catch up with us. Hurry up. And let's go.
Wait a minute.
They all begin walking away from you.
Wait, time out. Hang on. Boots, wool skirt or breeches, sturdy belt, shirt, vest, jacket, ample cloak with a hood. Yeah, I'm good. I've got my traveling clothes. I'm good.
Nick? ZD? Pandora? Ralph?
I have a new warm, waterproof cloak. I did what I was supposed to do.
Did you change out your spells, Kazidi, or are you good with them?
I changed them out. They're just not pulling up on Foundry.
So what I see on Foundry is Firebolt, Green Flame Blade, Ray of Frost, Poison, and some other.
No. I switched it out to Prestidigitation. It's showing up on D&D Beyond, but I can't get it to pull for some reason.
I'm a goblin.
Let's see. Yeah, I see it now. Prestidigitation. Gotcha. All right. It's in Foundry now. Anybody else need to get winter clothing? The pilgrims begin departing and heading,
I do. Let's see here.
Since we're traveling with the party, does it say how many wagons we're traveling with since we're helping take a shipment over?
There are no wagons.
Okay.
You thought there might be, but apparently there's not.
Okay.
So in the chat, I just posted the gentleman's name you're escorting.
Okay, good.
Is the cloak shop open this early?
You don't know.
Doesn't seem so frivolous now, does it?
So you quickly make your way to where Zedid got her cloak. So who's all going? Are some of y'all splitting up and going with the pilgrims? Or are some of you you're all traveling around as a group?
Blix is going with the pilgrims. I have checked my packs and I do have warm clothing. I'm good.
I will follow your smell.
So Blix is pilgrims. Who else is going with the pilgrims?
I'll go with the pilgrims.
Nick is the pilgrims. Okay. Anybody else?
I'll hang with Nick and the Pilgrims.
Kate is the pilgrims. I put pig. Change that. All right. And then we have, I know that Pandora is going.
I'm going shopping.
You're going shopping? And Ralph, you're going shopping also?
Correct. I'll go with Dandy.
All right. Posted that in the chat.
Put me as going shopping. Sorry. I wanted to check to see if they had a more fortified cloak or something else to give me a little bit more AC. Sorry.
All right.
I don't see in manage equipment like options for clothing.
Winter
other
gear.
than, like, winter gear?
Yeah.
Yep.
Are you in D&D Beyond or are you in
Yeah, I'm in D&D Beyond.
It's chapter 5 under adventuring gear, and then other adventuring gear.
Other gear. No results found.
Oh, but they don't have a cloak in here.
Mine was a custom modified that Warren had pulled up for me for waterproof winter.
Can I get one of those?
It takes time to make.
Yeah, mine was straight off the rack because we were supposed to be leaving town, so I didn't get the one that was imbued to give me more AC.
What are vestments?
So winter clothing and such is going to cost you 10 gold. That's what you can deduct. And it weighs 5 pounds, by the way. No, you cannot find any fortified or armored cloaks, by the way, Kate.
Okay, I'd be happy to pay for that.
All right.
I just need to know what to add in D&D Beyond.
Yeah, we already
It's
knew
called
that they were.
clothing, comma, space, cold
Okay.
weather. Let me go to your character real quick so I can find it for you.
I was going to tell you this is I
Collection,
knew.
my campaigns and wow.
Yeah, you told me that the maker would have to take a few days to make something like that. We don't have that time. But I was wondering if they had something else that was more fortified that was just on the fly that they've made since the last time I was there.
It's about the equivalent to what you have.
So they don't have anything else like any amulets, cuffs, boots, anything?
Now, well, they have that stuff, but it's not really gonna add armor class. It's just,
Okay, that's fine. No, I
Okay,
think I'm
what did-
good. I'm good at what winterized I already have. Okay, I'm good.
Okay.
Okay.
So what did you say I need to put in?
but so this, we'll just not worry about the details for now. We'll get to it
Okay.
later because otherwise we're wasting time. But this winter gear,
Gotcha.
10 gold. Deduct that from your cost. Put a note somewhere, and we'll figure it out. Okay. All right. Y'all quickly make your way after completing your shopping. And about 8 o'clock-ish, you catch up with your companions. And the weather is still just miserable as you're making your way to the east towards the Ashkeeper peaks, where they kind of branch off. The group makes follows around the lake to the south, and then begins heading straight eastwardly. So if you look at the map, they'll kind of where's the drawing? Here we go. Kind of make their way along this route. I just drew it on the map for you. Several hours pass, and about around one-ish in the afternoon, the group kind of comes to a halt. Grusher has kept a relentless pace and isn't really forgiving to any of the pilgrims who are kind of lagging. You find they're having to pull each other and help each other move through. Even though your clothing is protected against the weather, it begins slowly but surely, the water begins to penetrate and soak. So even your weatherproof clothing, this exposed time to the weather is kind of beginning to succumb to the environment. Fortunately, the rain begins to lighten up, and then shortly afterward stops. So around you'd think about 1:30 or so, the rain ceases. But as soon as it ends, the cold weather, as you're making your way up into the mountains, begins to freeze and create this treacherous, icy pathway for y'all. People are slipping and sliding, and it's quite treacherous. And it slows your progress into the mountains. All right. So what I want to do now. I want to go ahead, and who wants to roll a D100 for me?
Oh, I do.
All right, so give me a percentage roll, please.
Oh, yeah, wait a minute.
$86. So let's see what happens here.
Yeah. 86, the badness.
All right, so yeah, you're making your way up you're actually beginning through the foothills. With his relentless pace, you're actually making good time. You're surprised. And probably around 4-ish in the evening, the sun's beginning to go behind the mountains, beginning to get dark. The temperature's dropping rapidly. He's led y'all to an area where there is a stream of sparkling water kind of coming out of a crevice. It's kind of warm, and you've kind of gotten off the main trail that leads into the mountains, and he's kind of taking you off to a little pass off to the right. The spring itself has kind of warmed up this and keeps the area in this area. I wouldn't call it a valley, but it's certainly like a nook in the mountains. The spring water coming out of the mountains is warmer than the environment around. It creates this mist in the air, but the warmth is palpable. You can feel it. And he says, "You can set a fire here if you like and relax. We're going to stop here for the night. Otherwise, when we get further into the mountains, there would not be a good spot for us to rest."
Yeah, let's go ahead and do that. Set up our camp tents and fire.
All right. Who wants to make a survival check to see how well you do with getting your fire going?
Not Nick.
I will do it if someone would like to assist me.
I'll assist.
You can make them public rolls, please. And Nick, how are you assisting, by the way?
Just checking out like lay of the land, make sure there's nothing on the ground, stuff like that. Just a clear land. Just
Looking for skunks.
Looking for skunks.
Make sure there's no poop.
Well, this survival is about getting your winter camp set up and warm. So how are you assisting, with that?
I can assist by setting up the teeny hut.
Well,
And-
Nick was assisting Pandora, so I'm curious how he's giving her advantage. That's what I'm trying to suss out here.
Okay.
Yeah, just giving her advice on things to look for and.
All right, so between the two of you, you find an area that's kind of flat. Unfortunately, most of the wood scraps you find here are wet. Pandora, though, can use her... Not Pandora, I'm sorry. Zeddy can use her precipitation to dry all the wood off. It makes it much easier for y'all to get a fire going. And in short order, between the three of you... Yes? Between the three of you, you get a fire lit. And you feel the warmth kind of leaching into your bodies. But even with that, the clothing you're wearing is wet still. And all the people in your encampment, the pilgrims themselves, are still kind of soaked. What do y'all wish to do?
Play my lute to cheer everybody and lift their spirits.
I can set up the teeny hut and we can all go sleep in it for the night. But I also can dry everybody off with precipitation in there. It's a cantrip. I can do it as many times as I want.
Okay, so you help your companions and you start helping the pilgrims also?
Yeah, just everybody, because nobody wants to be that wet for the night. No.
And about 2 hours later, you manage to get everybody dried off and you make your way back to your tent. So, do you have an individual tent or a large single pavilion like tent for your group? How are y'all doing this?
Yeah. Remember
She has Lehman's tiny hut or magical hut or whatever. I've got a 2-person tent.
Yeah,
So
I have
how big is Lehman's?
It's a 10-foot sphere. So it's about 3 feet smaller than my actual, I don't remember if you've seen my circus tent. It's about 3 feet smaller than that.
Yeah, y'all could all easily fit in that.
Yeah, I mean, it's...
What temperature is that? Does it tell you? Drop it in the chat.
How do I put it in the chat?
Click on the dice next to it.
Oh, yeah.
Info.
Whee! I gotta consume it anyway.
Why is that character not opening? Oh, I'm on the wrong type. Yeah.
There you go.
So it's 10-foot immobile dome force.
We call this outside.
9 creatures of medium size or smaller can fit inside of it.
And regardless of weather outside.
And inside, the space is comfortable and dry regardless of the weather outside until the spell ends. And this is a level
8
spell.
hour. 8 hour.
So did you cast this?
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Yeah, we're good. I've been like prestidigitating everybody for 8 hours, for 2 hours.
You are absolutely exhausted. Even though it's a cantrip, it's still a lot of work because you did like, 15, 20 people to dry them off, and they're all extremely thankful that you dried them.
I'm gonna go around everybody and say, I'm so sorry, but I'm taking my 8 hours. Nice.
Wait. Did they also appreciate the music?
They were more appreciative of being dry.
I'm so sorry. I don't mean to upstage you.
But after a while,
Fair.
they warm up to the music. But that comfortable environment that your wizard has created for all of you is quite inviting to you, Blix. Although, what you say and do inside the Lehmans is not like they can still hear you outside. So if you continue to play inside the Lehmans, they can hear you.
I'm going to carry that on.
You can put me to night.
All right.
I'll play a lullaby for Ziti.
All right, so the evening comes. The mountainsides that you're in, the weather takes a drastic change during the night. And by the morning, you wake up. Let's see here. It's gonna be about 7 a.m. when you begin hearing people rustling and talking, and you all wake up and begin looking, and there's just this white sheen above you. And you can't actually see outside. What do y'all wish to do?
It's snow.
Do I know what snow looks
Dee
like?
you're silent.
I start tapping the tent because I've done this before.
You tap the dome, and when your hand passes through the sphere, you hit cold, icy snow on the other side. And then shortly after, your spell ends, and all the ice and snow falls in on everybody.
Motherfucker.
Waking you all up very rudely.
I shake off the snow
You
and
sit up like, oh, good lord, and look all around. People are like already
I stoke
packing
up
their
the
equipment
fire.
up. Fire's
I stoke up
dying
the
out.
fire and warm myself beside it.
All right, the fire's dying out. Nobody's really, stoking it to get it warm. People have already eaten and are beginning to actually make their way already towards the trail, and you see your trusty Gusher already begin making his way up the trail into the mountains, taking no mind of you as a group. Come on, we have a lot of time. We got a lot of distance to cover. He says as he begins walking. What do y'all do?
Follow
Gather up my shit and follow.
All right. Yeah, quickly
Agreed.
gather your stuff up and begin to follow. I need all of you to make a perception check to make sure you didn't leave anything by accident. Make
And
it
that was
public.
a long rest for me, right?
Yes, it was. Make a perception check. You make it public if you like.
Cool. Let me pull back up.
I left something.
Well, you don't know that.
I find whatever she just left.
All right. So y'all make your way out of the camp, and you quickly catch up to the rest of the pilgrims. And the half orc scout / barbarian, you want to call him, kind of looks back at y'all, and you can see he's got like a slight grin on his face, like rookies kind of look. And he continues pushing on up into the mountains. Higher and higher you go. So as you begin making your way into the mountains, the weather is quite miserable.
Good old mountain air.
But hey, it cleared up. It's quite the temperature's not quite right on the weather. It's noticeably lower. Who's where y'all position yourselves amongst all of the 20 some odd pilgrims making their way up, and the 5 or 8 packers also carrying heavy packs up in the mountains?
I'm just kind of gabbing with whoever I'm walking with.
All right.
I would like to be near the back of the packers.
Okay.
I'm at the very tail end of the group.
As am I.
It's a tail.
All right. Anybody up in the front?
No.
No? All right. So towards the the middle and the tail of the group, you're making your way up through the mountains, and several of the pilgrims that you're with, they're commenting that this is this is just not normal weather for the mountains. This is normally not quite this cold or this harsh this time of the year. They're quite taken back by the weather, but it is what it is. They seem to say as you're making your way. You round the pass, and I need one of you. So we'll say somebody who hasn't already rolled. One of you to roll a 1d8 plus 1. So you can slash ROL space 1d8 plus 1 in the chat and hit enter and a roll. Who's that going to be?
I'll do it. You said 1d8 plus 1?
Yep.
Okay.
All right. All right. Take a quick 5-minute break, and then we'll pick up from there.
Uh-oh. You know what that means?
Fun stuff.
Okay, are we ready?
Blixie's still not here.
Okay, we'll wait a few seconds. I'm gonna get myself a bag of chips or something. I'll be right back.
Okay. It's okay, Hex. I want to get a bag of chips.
Really? This is how we're gonna put shit in here?
What'd you do?
Oh, I'm gonna light a tea light, but it's a top load. And I didn't bring a lighter.
How's a top load tea light different from any other tea light?
It's a tea light holder
Well,
thing.
Mess tonight. All right.
let
Did
me,
I beat Hexa back?
Yes, you did.
I need new batteries for my mouse too, but I'll do that later.
I'm gonna go back and snatch some bandits.
yep. Happy hunting, kitten.
Okay. All right, so we all back? We are. Awesome. You are making your way up the path, and it's a sharp angle, and you're beginning to see more and more of the mountainside outcroppings about you, and you can now tell that he's definitely following some type of a path, making his way through the mountains, a path that he must know, despite have traveling here so much. You presume that during non-winter months, maybe there's a trail here that's much more discernible. But so far, it's been fairly easy, and the pilgrims that have made this path before or this trip before don't seem too offset by it. And then he comes back to the group, holds his hands up for a second, and he goes, "We have a problem." And kind of gathers you all together.
What's
Ahead
that?
of us is a group of Ettins along the path. It's the only route for us to take right now. There's no way around this. We have to deal with this situation. I'm not sure what to do.
You said it's a group of
sometimes
what?
sometimes you can deal with them, and sometimes you can't. Ettins. They're kind of a giant folk. Two-headed.
Remember when we had the two-headed monster that we had to kill on the way to the church, the children's orphanage?
Exactly.
That was, yeah. We've handled this kind of thing before. We got this.
Question
Oh,
is
it's-
how many Ettins?
Lix pulls out her rapier.
I set my spell.
How many of them we got?
I spotted 4.
Lix sheathes her rapier.
So, this is why we have you. See if you can get us to pass through here, or perhaps they're not as amenable. I wish you luck, he says. Who heads forth to talk to the Ettins?
I go with whoever it is.
I'll go talk with the Ettins.
I was
So
hoping
we
you
have
would say
Nick.
that.
You want to go talk? Who's going with Nick? Blix's
Lix.
I will also. I have higher charisma.
and Raphael. Anybody else?
I'll stay back here until I hear a yell for help.
All right. Let me know when you're all loaded. The map is loading right now.
I am loaded.
I just see snow.
I have not drank enough to be loaded.
Girl.
But I'm not rich enough to be loaded.
All I see is one corner of snow. The rest of the map has not loaded. It says game paused.
Yeah. Zoom out and see if you can.
There we go.
It's
Do you have Fog of War on or something?
Of course.
Nick, let me check the lighting level of the map real quick.
yeah. All I'm seeing is a bunch of darkness.
Yeah,
And
it's actually pretty dark on the map right now.
Yeah, I see the circle of like the area we're in, and then beyond that it's dark. But I see the area we're in just fine. Oh, I can see beyond that.
Oh, now I can see. Good.
All right. So, Nick, Raphael, Blix, y'all begin making your way up the trail, and you see off in the distance a roaring fire that these large creatures have built. As you are approaching, one to the north of you kind of steps out and looks in y'all's direction and goes, hold. One of the heads says, our pass, you go back.
Nick?
I ask, how can we negotiate forward?
Just
You
tell
wish-
them that
you
we're
wish
not
to
gonna
pass?
interrupt the pass.
Nice.
Just gonna go through.
We don't want your pass. We just want to go through. We want to pass through.
He goes back at his group, the other friends of his by the fire, who are taking a few steps in y'all's directions. Kind of saying spread out. And the one up to the north where you are, he goes, right. You have to give something to pass.
What would you like?
Food.
I give them Nick. Not really. No. Raphael, what do Ettins eat?
Horses, things like that.
Don't say goblin. Don't say goblin.
Goblin is
Sheep.
really necessary.
So,
May have some food back at the camp, or
right, let's go back and see what we can
they're-
give them.
They're wanting something big, something
Right.
that all of them can eat and still feel full.
Well, they didn't say that.
They didn't say that, but that's what they implied.
Let's go see what we have to offer.
yeah.
We'll be back. We left food. We'll bring it to you.
You run away?
No, we'll bring you food.
Green one, come here, he says to you.
Oh shit! I go there.
Right.
I stop right about. Oh, it's game paused. I stop right about. Where's my X key? Here.
All right. So he kind of approached him, and like I said earlier, when you encountered one before, it had a waxy kind of smell to it, but because of the cold weather, you really can't really smell that much. One of the heads is kind of looking at you. One of its eyes is missing. It's been stabbed out or something. The other head looks quite healthy, and is scanning the group. So Nick and Ralph, are y'all going to go back while she's talking to this thing, or are you going to wait for her to return?
We're gonna wait.
Wait for her to return,
All right.
I would say.
God bless you both.
So the one before you, He takes a knee and kind of bends down and looks at you. Why you travel with a fair-skinned one?
Because they can be useful sometimes.
I am Guta.
I am Blix. I'm going home.
Where do you travel to?
I travel all the way to Roshana.
I don't know where that is.
It's far to the north.
Who do you work for?
I work for no one. I serve the light of the Luxon.
The other head kind of, this one eye kind of perks up a little bit. Luxon, it says, in a very feminine kind of voice, if there is such a thing. You know of the Luxon.
Of course, all of us goblin know of the Luxon.
Not true.
Well, fortunate goblins know.
You might taste good. The other head goes, no, they may provide food.
I'm green. I'm not ripe yet.
That makes no sense, the other head says to you.
Well, then you've never eaten sour apples.
I'm not dumb.
I didn't say you were dumb.
Huh. And it goes back looking at the other group, kind of observing. Next we notice this one has, it appears to be more tribal markings on its skins and stuff. And not so much heavy weapons and such as the other ones do, but more shamanic type equipment on it, you notice.
I don't know what to make of that.
You don't, no.
So, is it okay we go and bring you food?
Yes, the head says. The other Itans have moved a little closer, but they're still keeping their distance.
I back away until I'm with Nick and Raphael again.
All right. So, Blix returns. What do you tell him?
Yeah, it's going to be a fight.
I have an idea.
Let's hear it.
I have prepared guiding bolt. No, not guiding bolt. That's not the one I'm thinking of. Spells.
Hurry up, Schnickel Fritz.
Do we have any, like...
I have guidance that what I'm thinking is that we go and track down like a deer or something, or a couple of deer, and kill them.
Moose. A moose might do it.
A big animal, big game,
Moose are...
and bring that back.
So I call over to the Ettins to say, hey, if we bring you 2 big deer, would you let us pass?
Let you pass, yes. Of course, they haven't
All right, we'll be back.
They have not seen the rest of your group, by the way. You do know that, right?
Oh, I know that, yeah.
All right.
Okay, we'll be back. So let's go talk to Gasher.
Gasher, yeah. All right.
Okay.
You make your way back to where Gasher is. And what do y'all communicate to him? Well, what did you find? Are they going to let us pass?
Let us pass if we give them something to eat. Maybe some water. Unless anyone has, like, a feast they could create.
Probably they're not going to. We're probably going to have to fight them, but we're going to try to bring them some game so that they'll let us pass. We're gonna go hunt down some deer.
All right. So who's doing the hunting?
Raphael.
You know, I don't have the survival skills that somebody else does. I will go. I will happily go. I'm not saying.
What is this spell you offered to us? What exactly is that? Can you put it in the chat?
Yeah. One moment.
Sorry, Nick, but I just don't think they're going to let us. When they see the size of the party, they're not going to let us go with just a couple of deer.
There you go.
Well, if they don't go for the couple of deer, we could probably give them the couple of deer, and then while they're feasting, we could attack them.
Oh, I like that. You've got strategy. Ooh. So maybe you guide Nick in his survival skill, and that will help him track.
I mean, an extra D4 to any roll is going to help, right?
So, Nick, I have a question for you.
Yes.
You gonna go hunt by yourself?
I'll go in.
You do have certain advantages in certain forms of yours.
Yes. Yeah, if I go by myself, I mean, Blix is very sneaky.
I'll try to keep up with you in stealth mode.
I'm probably the only one who cannot actually go and hunt, but Pandy's ability, Roth's weretagger ability, werewolf ability, and your bow ability.
Only I had an oath bow.
Seriously? I'm never giving one of those out again. Ever!
I'm never going to stop asking, man. Never. So, what if we all go out separately to try to hunt?
It is a cantrip, so I can cast it multiple times.
Yeah, on each of us.
Oh, we'll make it a competition.
So, Nick, make an insight check. Now, actually, make a survival check real quick. DC 10, make it public.
Who?
DC 10, public survival. Got it?
Can you roll when the game's paused? Sorry.
Should be able to.
Who do you want to roll?
You roll survival.
Survival.
Public,
Oh my God.
DC 10.
Nick's just over here waiting for somebody to roll.
So open your character sheet, skills, survival.
Just normal.
Whew. All right. You know, the more that goes, the harder it's going to be for you to find prey. Especially in these remote mountains that you're already starting to get into. You're still low enough that you think you can find big game, but you're going to have to move fast and hard to do it.
All right. Well, I kind of like the idea of a challenge where three of us go out in different areas and search for food and bring back whatever we bring.
Yeah.
All right.
So we have Nick going out, we have Pandy going out, and we have Blix going out. You're going in all different directions?
Yeah.
All right.
I'm going to
All
beat
of
you
you
both.
make survival checks public, please. The DC 10 to find big game. The DC to find big game is a DC 13.
And we have that D4 to add to it, right?
Yeah, he can cast that on there. Well, he can. No, it's only one.
One willing creature. But it's a
But
cantrip. Can't he cast it
But it's a
multiple times?
concentration, I believe.
Oh, okay.
All right. So what do we have here? Survival from Pandora is a failure. From Blix is a failure, and Nick is a success. Nick, as you're hunting, within the first hour, I'm gonna march the clock 1 hour ahead. You do come across what appears to be several large mountain goats. I mean, these wouldn't qualify as giants, but they're very large. What form are you in? Are you in your regular form, or are you like in hybrid form, or what?
I'm in hybrid form.
Right. So yeah, you kind of from around the corner of some rocky outcropping. Your claws kind of grab a hold of the stone. You kind of peek your head around, and that's when you see them off in the distance, not too far from where you are. You can smell them on the air. You can hear their blood coursing through their veins.
All right.
What do you do?
You said there's like 3 of them.
3 or 4 of them, yeah.
How far away am I from the party?
You're a good
distance.
couple 100 yards or more, yeah.
What do they seem to be doing? They're just kind of feeding?
They're digging into the rocky sides of the mountain and putting their muzzles down into the snow and pulling something up and then chewing on it.
Okay. So they're probably not going anywhere anytime soon.
Make a stealth check, please. Make it public.
Wait.
Oh!
Wait. I'm gonna use my luck and
All right.
do that again.
Well, that was lucky.
Do you have to declare you're going to use your luck before or after? I can't remember.
After.
All right. Yeah. So you begin to consider your options. You begin to move, and when you kind of pick your legs up in your arm hits one of the rocks next to you, and it begins to roll forward. But you quickly, with the other hand, grab it and stop it from falling, as it would have created an avalanche down the cliffside where you're standing. And you gently put it back into place, glancing back up with your right eye towards the goats. One of them kind of looks up, sniffs the air, and then paws at the ground, and then rams his head back into the snow, and then pulls out roots and tubulars from the ground and begins chewing on them, paying you no heed.
All right. So I can either go ahead straight and attack these guys, or go back and get Blix and Pandora, and the 3 of us take each one on.
Up to you. Now, it'll take about an hour to go there and get back.
Yeah.
Your choice.
And they
I'm
can
gonna go-
move a lot in an hour.
Spice
Yeah.
rum. Give me some spice
I'm gonna go
rum here.
for it.
What are you gonna do?
You said I'm behind rocks,
Yes, you are.
and they are how far away from me?
About 50 yards.
Okay.
You try to creep closer or something?
Yeah.
All right. Give me a 1 second. I gotta look up something real quick.
All right.
I don't know if I have this creatures or not. And no, I don't. Let me see. Here we go. All right. So yeah, go ahead and give me a. Go ahead and give me a stealth check if you're going to try to sneak up to him.
All right. Going in public.
Yes, please. Ooh, yeah. You begin slowly making your way towards these creatures, and 1 second. All right, and then I need to get to you, put you on the map. Oop, I don't want that many. I need the other ones. 1 second, Nick. I made a mistake here. I gotta go here and. Okay. All right. Ooh, it's too dark, isn't it? Let's change the global illumination on. All right. Are you able to see?
No, it's all black.
Okay, darkness level none. Global illumination. Why is it not Okay, token. Still gotta check that. Okay, there we go. All right, can you see now?
Yes.
So you see about 3 goats up ahead of you. Like I said, by a little outcropping cliff, if you will. And as you get closer, you realize they're actually digging away at an old fallen tree that's fallen across an old frozen stream bed. And as you get closer, though, you notice there behind a rather large frozen low brush is a huge fucking goat. It's large. It's it's giant. You decide it's quite large.
Okay.
And it's over here.
Yeah, I see it.
All right, and it's currently just chewing away at that brush. And with your check, though, you kind of crawling forward, and you step on what you thought was some solid ground before you, but actually it was some snow that looked like it was solid. Your foot crushes through it. It hits a branch below that in the ice. It goes, and it just cracks out, makes this loud out into the area about you, and all the creatures turn and look in your direction.
All right.
What do you do?
Game on.
I'm gonna charge.
Okay, 1 second.
Go, Nick, go.
I'm rooting for you,
Slow down.
Nick.
Charging the goats.
Yeah.
If they defeat you, I'm never going to let you forget it.
All right, go initiative and roll initiative, please. Let me change the music to some different kind of combat music here.
Hey, is there anything you can do to give us visibility on this map so we can watch them fail?
Yeah, I could put you on there.
succeed.
A little bit more confidence in our compatriot, please.
I want to watch him win.
Yeah, what she said.
We're fucked.
It's all right. Y'all guys can't see this, so I can make up my own story.
I was going to say, are you already preparing your story for when this goes badly wrong?
All right, see that starts playing in a second. All right, so what do we have here? I need to put y'all want to see the battle, right? So I'll put you.
We
on
would
that.
love to see this.
All right.
Nick versus Goat, take 1.
Its name is Goatsy. No, I'm bad.
Hey, last night I tried persuasion on a squirrel.
All right, y'all should all be able to see now.
We can see.
Yep.
Okay,
You have an
good.
audience now, Nick. Go to it.
All right, Nick. Let's start the combat. One of the goats is first.
I mean, I'm so sorry. It's terrible.
All right. So one of the smaller goats comes charging in. This is a natural environment. It literally bounds like boom, boom, boom. You know, its hooves like bounce off the ground, all 4, and it lands and bounces again and just bounds towards you. And the last moment as it's coming down the face of these hills, it jumps a good 10 feet down with its rams. Its head kind of pulls back and down as it rams towards you. I'm sure you've seen the videos of those kids on Facebook where the kids, the parents like, oh, play with this little goat, and it just rams the crap out of the kid. The parents like, oh my god! It's the equivalent of that as this goat comes ramming towards you, and it's going to take its ram.
His name is Rami.
Rami Malek.
Yes.
I must select a target.
I have a friend named Malik. I don't want him to ram me.
All right, here we go. I got an 18 versus your armor class.
That's gonna miss.
Whoa! Look at that shit. Yeah. So you're like half form, lichen, half human form. And this thing comes bounding down, and you quickly just like off to the side, and it just runs into the tree past you, slams into the trees, missing you. And the next goat. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35. The same repeats almost the identical angle, but it actually comes in ramming towards you, but stays up on the ledge near you to attack you. Oh, 21.
That hits.
All right. Not sure what all that is here.
And you know the name of the third goes Ramses the Third.
All right. I hit you for 3 points of damage that rams into you. Boom. Let's see. Does that knock you prone or anything? Let me see here.
What kind of damage is it?
3.
Ramming.
Does not knock you prone or anything. Okay.
Oh,
It
I'm
is
imagining.
bludgeoning.
Yeah.
It is bludgeoning, yes.
All right.
All right. The next goat.
So you took half?
No, it applied 3 to you. I can double check. So in the chat, you'll see it did a quick 39 minus 3.
I'm not saying anything in chat.
Yep, nothing.
Oh, really?
Last thing I see in chat is that Nick rolled for initiative.
There you go. How
Not that
about
I
now?
need to see it, but you know.
Okay, there it goes.
Yeah. So you're you can just go ahead and add 1 back, I guess.
Okay.
And so the final one will 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35. So yeah, it can move to here and it rams you also. 15 misses you, I believe.
That's correct.
All right. So 3 of the regular-sized goats come charging down towards you, just fearless creatures, as you know goats are. And they are like boom, 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 past you. One of them does land an attack, but you quickly shrug it off. It doesn't harm you. Nick, it's your go. Why is the music not playing?
All right. So the one that hit me, I'm going to attack it with the greatsword.
All right.
Maybe.
Remember, you got to select. And
Yeah, how do I
target.
select? How do I select it?
Double right
click it and
click.
target the little circles.
Ah, there we go.
There's also a shortcut, but I can't remember what it is. It's like double click it.
Double right click.
All right. So 19 hit it.
That hits the goat. I don't know what a goat squeal sounds like. Anybody know? Oh, Jesus, dude. You hit it for 12 points.
You're close.
Which one do you have targeted? It doesn't show me the targets for some weird reason.
It was the one that hit me.
Oh, it's dead. Yeah, holy shit, man. You're just brutal.
And then second attack to the one that tried to hit me, but didn't quite miss or whatever. Be 16 a hit.
Yeah.
So normal damage. Ta-da. 11.
You killed another one.
I look back at the one that ran into the tree and I just growl at it.
All right.
And I end my turn.
All right. The giant goat doesn't charge down. It's kind of observing what's going on. It moves to there, and it will take its ram attack. With a charge. Next year. Yeah. Just boom, right to there. Charges in at you.
Come on, fail. Oh, need a saving throw?
Not yet. All right, so the
Not
goat
until it
moves at
hits.
least 20 straight forward, and then hits with a ram attack on the same turn. So now I got to roll my ram attack. So I got to go features, inventory here. All right, misses you. So yeah, it comes in, boom, and it jumps down, covers the distance massively, and then charges down the sharp angled cliff towards you, and just digs in. But the last second, you grab one of its horns and you deflect its attack on you, slamming its head into the ground. Its hooves dig deep into the snow and to the cliffside beside you. Rocks tumble back into the trees around you. But and then it pulls away from you and it looks up at you and goes, "Rrr," and steam comes out of its nostrils. The snot flies out as it does this. All right.
Okay.
Top of the
Slide
round.
off the goats.
The goat behind you, getting a flanking position. For some reason. All right. Let's see what do we have here.
The smart goat.
Yeah. It will ram you. All right. 14. It missed you. Go behind you. Oh, it has advantage. One more second here. I'll roll again. Nope. Misses you. Yeah, so both attacks, they miss you. So it comes in and bucks at you twice, but you quickly kick it away from you with your lupine form. And we quickly progress past those. Nick, you're up. What do? You have two goats attacking you. One in front, one behind you, flanking.
All right, I'm gonna go for the one behind me, the little one.
Uh-huh.
Oh, 15 hit.
Yes, it hits. Roll damage.
12.
You kill it. You're just one-shot these poor goats.
All right. 3 down. One more attack. Spin around and slash at the giant one.
All right.
Maybe. 14.
It hits.
Ah. $11 points of damage.
It is
Slash.
still up. You wounded. You're like, one of its horns like chips off. You cut into its skull and its neck. Blood gushes out onto the ground, and it goes, and it stumbles to the right, but it stays up. Its eyes are just blood red now from the blood just naturally coursing through its fur. Anything else?
2 attacks, and I'm gonna stay right here.
All right.
That's right. Stand your ground, man.
Just pretend it's Florida.
This is not what they do to goats in Florida.
All right, Nick, it hits you for
This is what they do to alligators.
7 points of damage.
7 bludgeoning, that'll be half.
Yep. So you add back in if you. All right.
This one. So do anything else?
That's it. Nick, you're back up.
Okay. Focusing on the giant goat. And I used luck. What the hell?
Didn't
So
you
that's my
use it already
second
once a day? How many times do you have
I
it
have
per
3.
You have 3? Okay.
3 times a day.
There you go.
Nice.
All right, you go to attack the goat. You swing towards it, and your foot slips for a second, and you have to swing your weight around. But when you do, the goat reacts in the direction in which you were sliding towards, anticipating you were going to be there. But instead, you reverse your direction, and just by the luck of the draw, you're able to come back around, catch it off guard, and you slice right through its neck, severing its head from its body, and it falls down to the ground.
All right.
You have 4 goats, one of them giant. You gather up your friends and trudge them back to the Ittens?
Yeah, I guess some of the rope that I have, I tie them all together and I haul them back in my wolf form.
All right. So, yeah, you begin making your way.
You all had no faith.
I did.
I had faith. I totally had faith.
You make your way back to your friends. The pilgrims see you come. They all freak when they see this creature. But when they realize that nobody else, their guards aren't freaking out, and you begin talking, I guess, you see Nick coming back to the group with a giant goat and 3 regular goats with him. But before that occurs, did we roll for everybody else on the survival checks?
Oh yeah, we fucking failed.
Oh yeah, okay, I thought so. All right, yeah, you're all coming back empty-handed, but then you see Nick there standing like he had hunted with each of you one by one, and you've all, just brought back a load of creatures.
Well, it's not a fair competition if you don't lose sometimes. All right, y'all, we have to make sure that the Ettins will actually let all of us pass once we give them this food. Or we have to be prepared to kick the shit out of them if they take the food and then try to kill us anyway.
So I've only dealt with the Ettins in combat type situations. Like, would they be willing to negotiate? Are they smart? Are they what are they?
It depends on the head, and they each have 2 heads. So we're talking about negotiating with 6 different beings.
The one that I was talking to agreed to let us pass, but he didn't realize he was agreeing to let all this many people pass.
Right.
He only knew about us 3. So when we offer these goats and they say we can pass, when we start bringing people through, they may try to back out of the deal, and we have to be prepared for that.
Well, how about I drag the food over there. You tell them that there's a large group of us and we just want to pass through, but they can have everything that I have.
Okay, let's do that. And Pandy, have your claws sharpened.
This could get interesting.
Wait 1 second. Is there anything that we can do to give them the goats and maybe put them to sleep or something?
Do you have anything that will do that?
I don't know. I'm looking. Ooh.
Like something to befuddle them or to...
Do you have any love potions?
Oh, the other thing that would we be able to get all of these people together to do the pass without a trace?
Oh my God, you fucking have to do that. You can, wait, if you can vote, can you do it as well, Raphael?
I don't think I have pass without a trace, but I'll check.
How many can you affect with pass without a trace?
Everyone within 30 feet of ZD.
Yeah.
So 60-foot radius or 60-foot diameter.
Yep.
Yeah, I don't have pass
almost
without
everybody,
a trace.
but not quite.
Without a trace, it's a new day.
Okay, so here's what I suggest.
We 3 stay out and then have everybody else in the pass without a trace.
Right, exactly. As many people as possible with ZD. And while we're in the middle of negotiating this goat swap, she's already walking them through with the pass without a trace. They have to be very quiet. We've got to make sure they know that they have to be quiet.
All right.
I'm bringing my A game tonight, apparently.
All right, so what are we doing here?
Nick and Raphael and I are going to take the goats and go speak with the Ettins and offer these as passage. Everybody else is crowding around ZD to quietly sneak. But so prep your dice, Hexa. You've got to roll how many pilgrims do we have? 30 stealth checks. So
all right. So you 3 make your way back up to the Intons. And they're still kind of there waiting. The same one comes out with the 2 heads, the one that had the shamanic kind of look to it, and the more feminine head goes, you done quite well. You can easily pass. Let them pass, it says to the others. And it reaches out to grab the rope that you've got all the goats tied to on, Nick.
Do I detect any deception?
Make an insight check.
Do I feel like they're really gonna let us pass? I don't trust them.
Make an insight check. Well, you they look a bit hungry and thin, and the amount of meat you brought would feed a small army. They are quite pleased with this.
All right, so
Matter of fact, she
Nick?
drags the goats immediately back to the fire, turning her back to you, and they begin like stringing up the goats. Another Itten comes out of hiding and begins helping them prepare the meat, and they have just totally like begun to ignore you as they're.
All right, I quickly pass through and carry
you
on
have the
and go.
Salt. We need salt for these. As they begin, talking and arguing, but amongst all, the heads. The 8 heads begin arguing and debating how they should flavor the goats and stuff. One's like, let's put it on the fire. I want to eat it now. I don't care if you cook it. Let me have it now. And like, no, we have to take our time and make sure it's good. Blah, blah, blah. And they just start arguing amongst themselves a little bit, but they are making progress. So who is, oh, that's the wrong creature. Why is it? Oh, we got one selected. There we go. Who's helping the pilgrims through?
Gotta remember, middle of all of it. So whoever is not with those 3, I guess it's just me. And whoever
it's
was
her and Tandy.
Yeah,
it's Zeddy and Gasher.
All right. So in no time, you were able to get the pilgrims past the Entons without combat. And one of them looks up towards the end as the last pilgrim kind of goes past, and Nick and Blix and Raph, I think, was the last ones.
Yeah.
And it kind of nods as it's like ripping one of the legs away from one of the goats that's been on the fire, because it took about 15-20 minutes to get past these creatures. And it kind of nods in y'all's direction. And the other head, the shaman head, is kind of looking in y'all's direction and kind of nods as y'all go around the corner away from sight.
All right, half, high five. Nick, high five.
That was awesome.
I got to break through.
Okay, yeah, high five for you too.
Let me check something here real quick.
I thought that was a hell of a lot easier than taking on 3, surprisingly 4 Ettins.
And the goats. So let's see here. The goat combat was worth 30 for those, and the giant one was worth 100. So Nick, you get alone 130 experience points for the goats.
Woo!
Nice.
And how many have we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 players?
Yep.
Yeah, okay. And so that's going to be 880 for the Enten experience points goes to everybody also. So Nick, you get 880 each. Plus, Nick, you get 880 plus 130. I will post that in chat.
Fuck yeah, motherfuckers.
Everyone gets 880 EXP. Nick gets an extra 130 EXP for goats.
That puts us about halfway to level 6.
There you go.
Okay.
Yep.
All right. So, y'all again, marching your way. I need to change the desktop to some icy background, tundra, I guess. You begin making your way further into the mountains. The weather gets colder and more brutal. you march on till about 1 o'clock when your barbarian leader calls you all to a halt, and you realize you were all bundled up, just trying to stay warm, right, and to not freeze in this weather. And you realize you're actually in not a valley, but you're like a little indention he's led you into again, out of the weather, into a little area that's not quite as cold as the rest of the place. Snow is still falling. As you all gather up, he goes, "No fire. It's too dangerous now at this point.
So tiny hut.
Bundle close to each other. Use your body heats to keep you warm, and rotate out from the center to the outer edge. And you keep doing this all night long."
I snuggle up with Pandy, my fur coat.
Kate, do you cast another of your domes?
Yep. It's a new day, and it resets every day.
All right. So Kate throws her spell up, and a few people were kind of envious. During the long night, a couple of the younger ones ask if they can stay with you. They're children, and they're kind of cold. You could squeeze them into your dome if you so desired.
Come on in.
All right.
Come and get a little bit warm. It's not really cold out there. It's just nice and good in here. We don't want them getting sick. Come on in.
Yeah. So as the evening passes, the temperatures drop into the 30s, and the wind picks up. But luckily, you're in a sheltered area. But you can hear it blowing through the mountains. Occasionally, you hear rumbling, and you swear it's like thunder or something. But there's no like clouds in the night sky. It's dark, and the winds are just blowing throughout, obscuring your vision. All right, so let's see here. It is the 21st, 22nd. That's not what I wanted, but whatever. All right.
Does Gasher have like watches handled, or are we participating in that?
They have watches going in between the groups and stuff, and you're included in that area. But he knows this route really well and knows really well secure spots. So these first couple of nights pass pretty uneventfully. The next morning, you wake up and begin making your way out of your snow-covered dome, and you see the people are while they're definitely tired and moving slower this morning because they weren't quite in the comfort that you were. The children that you allowed to stay in your dome are quite energetic and are moving around about in a way that shows they had a good evening's rest in your dome. The adults, while appreciative of you taking care of the children, are a bit jealous of your group having the luxury of magic to aid them. What do y'all wish to do this morning before y'all depart? Anything?
Stretch. I want to get some breakfast. I want to check my equipment, bundle up as warm as I can.
Okay. Any spell allotment changes?
Mm-mm.
So Gusher comes to you and he says, "We're going to be getting into more mountainous terrain now. The trails become much more treacherous in this type of weather. If it wasn't so frozen over, it would be a much easier trek. But we have a few more days to travel through these mountains before we reach the monastery. There's a chance that we'll run into, other creatures that are adapted for the winter climate. And there is a slim chance, we may run across some giants. Just letting you know." But he kind of looks around. He goes, "This weather is unusually cold. It's just not normally like this."
What do you think's causing it?
He kind of takes a glance over at the wizard. He goes, I don't know. May the gods protect us."
Okay, what do you want me to roll? I can kind of figure it out.
Figure what out? Oh, make an Arcana check.
What?
What are you rolling for?
Yeah. Figure out what I was listening to, why we were hearing thunder and it's not right. So am I doing public or am I doing private?
Make public. Arcana.
Okay.
So are you checking on the thunder or the cold weather, or what are you doing?
Thunder in the night. Yeah, I don't know anything. is not making sense to me.
Yeah, you're not sure. This is not your normal inclement kind of weather you deal with, so you're not really sure.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not from the mountains, so I'm just like, I heard things, but
Yeah,
it
to
doesn't make
you,
sense.
this cold weather seems quite normal to you.
Based on what
We're
he's
heading
said,
into
I'm going
dangerous
to cast
areas. Should
detect
we be
magic.
more towards the front of the group? So anything we come across, we can deal
Yeah, I think we should be. I could even scout ahead if Gasher wants. Of course, he knows the area much better than I do.
Yeah.
So I'm going to cast detect magic to see if the weather is related to a magic spell, maybe.
What are you casting?
Yep.
What are you casting?
Detect magic.
Okay. You can cast it, take some time, 10 minutes before y'all move on to cast it as a ritual, or can you cast it, take magic as a ritual?
I sneak attack the snow.
Let's see here. Do.
Yeah, it's a 10-minute ritual.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a 2-minute
So
ritual.
so you beseech them to wait 10 minutes. You cast a spell. There's no immediate magic about you. So, yeah, if it is magical of nature, it's not like a concentrated magic that you can easily detect.
Okay.
That makes sense.
I figured that was the case, but I had to try.
So y'all break camp and begin making your way back onto the trail, heading further into the mountains. All right, give me a second here. All right, I need another person to make a random roll who has not made a roll already. I have 4 tables. And so you're rolling a d4 to determine which table I'm going to roll from. So go ahead and give me a d4, whoever this is going to be.
I got it.
1. All right.
One.
That's not a bad roll. Let's see what we have here. I'm going to public and let's roll. All right. You're making your way up the pass, Nick and fellow adventurers, and you're leading the group. Of course, you have your party leader with you, or the guide, Gusher, and as you're moving, I need everybody to make a well, not everybody, people who are trained in no, actually not. It's some passive perception. Let me look at your stats real quick. Yeah. So, Raphael, Pandora, and Blix all see little figures in the distance flitting about, and you recognize them, Blix, as kobolds, winged kobolds flying around. They seem to have spotted you, and they quickly fly out of sight.
How many were there?
Give me a 1d8 plus 1. Pandora. Four winged kobolds have spotted y'all and then flown out of range and out of sight.
We should let Gasher know.
Yep, I agree.
So you go over and who lets him know? Oh,
Raphael's
hurry
the
up. He's
face.
like, hurry up, you lazy pilgrims. We got a long way to go. This is going to be a hard trek in this weather. I hope none of you die. I'm going to try my best. But bring your children along. Don't let them lag behind. They'll get eaten if you do.
Speaking of being eaten, by the way, Dasher.
What, Raph?
We just saw 4 winged kobolds off in the distance, and they definitely noticed us.
There's one. There's a many, many more. Keep your eyes peeled. Get your ranged weapons out, I recommend.
Well, obviously. But
I take him at that suggestion and I ready my short bow.
All
Aye,
right.
aye, Captain.
All right.
Don't worry, y'all. I'm small, but I'm furious.
You begin making your way down actually, like you've come off a high ridge and you're like doing swishbacks to make your way down a pass. And you see out before you a beautiful display as the sun's like shining across the area. Need to advance. It's about 2 hours. The sun's kind of like peeking over down the mountains, and it hits this frozen lake, which then is shattered and broken all throughout it. And then the light hits that lake, where all the cracks are. The lights like refract out and create these beams of light shining off the lake with the natural snow in the air, creating this beautiful spectacle before you, like a massive gem catching Pandora's eyes as it sparkles and the ice just refracts the ice before you. And as you see this, you see on the ice towards the center of the lake, frozen lake, the kobolds. And that's when you hear the cracking and the ice is like moaning and chunks of ice fly out as this claw breaks free of the ice, and this white draconic claw hits the top of the ice, and you hear as this head comes and the snow and the ice breaks away as a dragon head begins to emerge from the ice.
Fuck.
And that's where we'll end for the night, actually.
Yes, please. Thank you.
Yay, dragons.
Out of the pan and into the fire.
All right.
My notes are seeing this creature coming out of the lake, the lake ice breaking, and the ice, and it's a dragon. Then I have, okay, we're good.
All right. I hope y'all enjoyed.
It was fun.
Oh,
Thank you.
yeah.
I know I called it a little short, but there's no way we can finish this combat in 30 minutes. So.
Oh,
Yeah.
no.
Yeah.
No. Well done, everybody.
Yay.
Any
I'm
questions?
glad we didn't have to fight the Ettins.
That was clever. That was clever.
It was very clever. I really liked that. That was very clever.
Hey, Hexa, can I get the item thing for D&D Beyond for the winter clothing?
Yeah, so let's see if I can find that. So I'm going to go D&D Beyond here real quick.
It
So
was
I did a
clothing
search for it, so I
winter.
went to equipment. Let's see here. Manage equipment, items, add items, clothing. Let's see, clothing.
Very cold.
Cold weather clothing. So if you go to manage equipment and just type the word clothing, you should see cold clothing, comma, cold weather. You got it?
Mm-hmm.
All right, add that to your stuff.
All updated.
Alright. Good night, everyone.
Good
Good
night.
night.
Be well. See you guys next weekend or next Thursday.
Yeah.
Have a good weekend.
You too.
Night, night. Bye-bye. All right, that's it for the night.